Hi Paolo, Chris Norman here. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my workshop. I'm located here in the south shore of Nova Scotia, and that's a little cove off the Atlantic Ocean. I thought you might enjoy meeting your flute before I send it off to you. This is what it's sounding like. I'm quite happy with it. That's a flute I'd be very pleased to play in a concert. I want to just introduce you to a few features of this. As you know, it's got 3 joints to it, and right now I've got it set up for the 415 joint. That's the longest one, and you'll notice that the flute has a foot register, as these kinds of flutes often do. And I find that you want to have about 5 or 6 of these lines showing when you're playing at 415, and then for the 430 pushed in a bit, and for the 440 joint you want to push that foot register all the way in. Another important part of the flute, which we're not looking at right now, is this stick, and there's a line on this stick placement here, and that is set at exactly 21 millimeters, and I find that's the best location for your cork when it's set up to play in 415. So what you do here is you just stick this stick into your head joint, and you can see that that line shows up precisely in the middle of the embrochure hole, and that indicates that your cork is in the right position. Now, you can play all 3 joints with it set at 21 millimeters, but you may find when you're playing at a slightly higher pitch that you'll want to push the cork in a little bit. So in that case, if you want to do that, you would then see that that line appears slightly on the bottom portion of your embrochure hole. I'm not really sure you need to do that. I don't typically do that myself, but you can certainly fool around with that. On the other end of the stick, you'll notice that there's some red thread. This is silk thread, which is what I've got all of your tenons wound with here. And it's typical for Baroque flutes to add thread when the tenons get a little bit loose, and to take a little bit off if they tend to get tight. In all cases, make sure that you've got this well smeared and greased up with cork grease of some sort. The kind of thread that I'm using here is silk thread, and it's A size. So you might be able to find some thread like this with all the great clothing makers in Milan there. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Anyway, size A silk thread, and of course I'm using red here. I'll give you the rest of the information about this flute in an email. I just wanted to meet you and let you hear a little sound of this flute. It's been a real pleasure to make it for you, and I'm glad I had a little extra time to tweak it and play it every few weeks in the intervening months, and I think that's done the flute a lot of good. We'll keep in touch. Let me know when you get it and how it's going, and if you're enjoying the flute and any concerns. Alrighty, It's on its way to you soon. Great to meet you.